He pulled in behind the truck and looked at the photograph and back at the GMC. Same tail lights, same color, same canopy and rusty bumper. He felt his veins flushing. He put the photograph back in the folder and studied the vehicle. Just below the tailgate, an inch-long line of dried blood marked the paint. It had come from inside the bed. He knocked on the trailer and stood for perhaps a minute. He was about to leave when he heard somebody walking inside, and the door opened. The guy was in his 40s, heavy-set with black, messed-up curly hair. He was barefoot, clad in blue sweatpants and a sleeveless white T-shirt that had turned gray. His eyes were bloodshot and glassy, and he had a 3-day-old beard. "What you need?" "Charlie Cove, Idaho Fish and Game. Got a minute?" The guy glanced toward the shed. "You're the Indian. What do you want?" "I'm not here about game violations. Helping the sheriff figure out what happened to your neighbor, Elmo Sullivan." That was Cove's first lie of the day. Mendiola hadn't asked, and by all rights, Cove should be a mile away. "I don't know shit about fuck." "Hey," Cove said with a softened voice, "not here to piss you off." For the second time, the guy glanced at the shed. "Heard somebody shot him." "Something like that." Cove glanced into the trailer and caught a whiff of marijuana smoke. "Can we sit out here for a minute?" The guy seemed relieved. He stepped out and closed the door. Cove sat down on the step. The guy did the same. Charlie offered his hand. The guy shook with a soft grip. "Billy Reynolds. You live here long?" "About 10 years. You work at Thompson Creek, eh?" "Used to," Reynolds said. "Got laid off when they shut the pit down." "A tough deal," Cove said. "Molly's fed a lot of families here. You had to work with Elmo, eh?" "He worked the mill, I worked the hole." "I heard you two hunted together from time to time," Cove said. Reynolds' right foot started twitching. "Who told you that lie?" It was a lie. All that Cove had was the photo that showed Sullivan in what he believed was Reynolds' rig. Cove had never heard of Reynolds or, for that matter, who Sullivan hunted with. But he believed that a white lie was a good lie if it led to the truth. "Elmo and I used to sit down and drink coffee together." Cove was trying to keep as close to the truth as he could without tipping his cards. Reynolds didn't respond. "Look," Cove said, "I'm trying to help Dolores. She's in a hole. Elmo was with somebody that day. If I can find him, it might help." "Don't know fuck about that." Cove was listening with his eyes. Throughout this conversation, he watched Reynolds' eye movement, the direction he looked, the muscles in his face, and the movement of his hands. With one exception, his eyes had looked up and to the left while answering. Those were the moments when he was recalling the truth. The exception had been when Reynolds denied hunting with Sullivan. His eyes had darted up to the right, looking for the lie. At the same time, he had touched his nose in an effort to cover his mouth. It and the nose touch were his tells, and Cove had just caught it for a second time. For a moment, Cove hung back. He was searching for the truth, but a single lie could help lead him to the goal line. Cove knew Reynolds was hiding something about the day Elmo died, and it was possible that he was the guy, Sullivan's killer. If he was, this moment was critical. Part of the reason Cove had wanted to conduct the interview while sitting on his steps was to avoid a Miranda issue in the future. As long as he kept Reynolds in an environment that kept him from feeling as if he were in custody, Cove's failure to Mirandize him wouldn't be a problem. You bow hunt? Shit, no. As you probably know, that's the only thing open right now. Cove pointed at Reynolds' truck. There's blood that's run out of your rig, just below the tailgate. We're 3 weeks from rifle season. I came here looking for help, not to jack you up over what you've got hanging in your shed. That's not the problem here. He motioned towards Sullivan's trailer. Dolores is going through hell, and she'll be there for a long time. She needs your help. Cove lowered his chin and looked him in the eye. I need your help. Reynolds retrieved a pack of Marlboros out of his pant pocket, put a cigarette between his lips, and lit it with a Bic. Cove caught a slight tremble in his fingers. Reynolds took a long drag, exhaled, and frowned.